You gotta be kidding me. So as I'm getting ready to stretch out and sleep, well, y'all know I don't sleep at all. Anyways, Drake got a lawsuit going, and it's not good. Lawsuit against Spotify claims billions of Drake streams were fraudulent. New class action lawsuit accuses Spotify of turning a blind eye to mass-scale fraudulent streaming that allegedly helped Drake but harmed others. A class action lawsuit, a brand new one, my bad, against Spotify alleges the company has turned a blind eye to mass-scale fraudulent streaming on its platform, and that one musician in particular has been the beneficiary of billions of fake streams, Drake. The suit was filed in California District Court on Sunday night, with rapper and cousin of Snoop, RBX, named as the lead plaintiff. Oh, wow. Not RBX. For real? While the most eye-popping allegation in the suit relate to Drake's streaming numbers, there are no specific accusations of wrongdoing against the Nokia rapper. Only Spotify is named as a defendant. Every month, under Spotify's watchful eye, billions of fraudulent streams are generated from fake, illegitimate, and/or illegal methods, like bots, the lawsuit states. Such mass-scale streaming fraud, it continues, causing massive financial harm to legitimate artists, songwriters, producers, and other rights shareholders. Okay. Streaming royalties are paid out through a stream share model, where subscription and ad dollars are put into a giant pool with the money divvied up based on each artist's share of the total streams. Most of that money already flows upstream to the most successful artists and biggest rights holders. In this type of shared pool model, fake streams hurt other artists whose shares aren't inflated. Spotify representatives for Drake did not immediately respond to a request for comment. While the lawsuit suggests that use of bots is widespread on Spotify, the only example it cites pertains to Drake. It claims voluminous information, which Spotify knows or should know, proves that a substantial, non-trivial percentage of Drake's approximately 37 billion streams were inauthentic and appeared to be the work of a sprawling network of bot accounts. This allegedly fraudulent activity took place between January 2022 and September 2025, according to the complaint. It claims an examination of Drake's streams revealed abnormal VPN usage had obscured the location of the bot account streaming Drake's songs. For instance, the lawsuit claims that over a 4-day period in 2024, at least 250,000 streams of his song No Face originated in Turkey, but were falsely geo-mapped through the coordinated use of VPNs to the United Kingdom in an attempt to obscure their origins. The lawsuit also alleges that a large percentage of accounts streaming Drake's music were geographically concentrated around areas whose population could not support such a high volume of streams. No exact places or numbers were given though the suit claimed that some streams reportedly originated in areas with zero residential addresses. The lawsuit also cites significant and irregular upticks months for Drake's songs long after they've been released, as well as slower and less dramatic decay rates for Drake's music compared to his contemporaries. Decay rate refers to a typical streaming pattern where plays of an album or song naturally dwindle in the weeks and months after release. The lawsuit further claims that the number of streams of Drake's music attributed to individual accounts is staggering and irregular, with a massive amount of accounts listening to Drake's music doing so 23 hours a day. Less than 2% of those users, the lawsuit goes on to claim, account for roughly 15% of Drake's streams, and about 9% of Drake's streams are attributable to less than 1% of the users. As a result, the complaint claims Drake's music accumulated far higher total streams compared to other highly streamed artists, even though those artists had far more users than Drake. The lawsuit does not state how the plaintiffs or lawyers obtained this data, nor does it shed any light on how the analysis of Drake's streaming numbers were conducted. These allegedly fraudulent streams generated significant revenues for Drake and his company, Frozen Moments, at the expense of other artists, the lawsuit claims, but it also states that Spotify deliberately turns a blind eye to fraudulent streaming for its own benefit. While Spotify has taken steps in recent years to combat the tamp-down streaming fraud, the lawsuit casts doubt on the efficiency of these measures and Spotify's own incentives to stop fraud. It suggests that Spotify is particularly vulnerable to bots on the platform's ad-supported free tier because myriad accounts can be generated without handing over a credit card number by allegedly allowing bots to run rampant. Spotify can present high stream and user activity numbers to potential advertisers, the lawsuit alleges. For Spotify, more users and music streams means more advertising dollars. So long as their or as long as the true origin of the streams remains hidden. The lawsuit states Spotify also loses money in the form of royalty payouts whenever fraudulent streaming occurs. Artists across the streaming industry need accurate reporting of streams and effective fraud detection to ensure fair compensation when streams are artificially inflated on a large scale. As my client's lawsuit alleges has happened with respect to streams of Drake's music, it affects the income of countless songwriters, performers, and producers. Mark Pifko, one of the lawyers with Barron and Budd who filed the lawsuit on behalf of RBX, tells Rolling Stone, the lawsuit seeks to address these broader issues, recoup losses for affected musicians, and make the streaming ecosystem as fair and transparent as possible for everyone involved. The new lawsuit and the claims regarding Drake's music notably come just weeks after a judge tossed Drake's lawsuit against Universal Music Group, which contained its own allegations of streaming fraud, though technically a defamation case. Drake accused his own record label UMG of artificially inflating the popularity of Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us, marking arguably the most high-profile allegation of streaming fraud to date. UMG denied all of Drake's allegations and the streaming fraud claims specifically, writing in a March legal filing, there is no evidence of any such stream manipulation. Streaming fraud has been a topic of discussion in the industry for years, while pinpointing just how rampant it is and calculating corresponding losses is difficult. Most estimates, however, in the range of hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. A 2019 Rolling Stone report noted fake streams could be costing artists $300 million a year, and a 2023 study in France found that between 1 and 3% of all streams in the country were fake. If those numbers held true globally, that would mean royalty losses up to $510 million. Last year, BDAP, a streaming fraud detection program, estimated that at least 10% of all streams are fraudulent, leading to annual losses of 2 to 3 billion. Efforts to crack down on streaming fraud have ramped up around the world. A Danish man was convicted last year, while another individual was arrested in Brazil back in March. Over the summer, officials in Turkey, where the lawsuit says some of the allegedly fraudulent Drake streams originated, started investigating Spotify over several allegations, including bribes for playlist placements and bot streams distorting domestic charts. A rep for Spotify told Music Business Worldwide, at the time that they are cooperating with the investigation, are actively seeking to understand it, and will work toward a swift, constructive resolution with the Turkish Competition Authority. And in the U.S., federal prosecutors brought an unprecedented streaming fraud indictment last September against a North Carolina musician named Michael Smith. Smith is accused of using artificial intelligence to generate hundreds of thousands of songs, which he then allegedly streamed with bots. The feds claim that at one point, Smith had as many as 10,000 active bot accounts streaming his music and allegedly made over $10 million from the scheme. Smith has denied the charges. Drake filed his first legal claims over Not Like Us just 2 months after Smith was arrested and indicted, and the official defamation suit was brought in January of this year. The streaming fraud allegations against UMG were based on statements from a purported anonymous whistleblower who appeared on a show by DJ Academics, the popular streamer and longtime Drake associate. As stated in Drake's lawsuit, the whistleblower claimed that Lamar's label, Interscope, a UMG subsidiary, paid him $2,500 via third parties to use bots to achieve 30 million streams on Spotify in the initial days following the release of Not Like Us. Per the suit, the whistleblower said the goal was jumpstarting the song spread and making it a crazy hit on the platform. UMG, in a motion to dismiss, noted the whistleblower directly refuted his own claim when he said that he was hired by Lamar's manager, Anthony Sala. In a revised complaint filed in April, Drake pared down his allegation, claiming UMG was aware that third parties were using bots to stream the recording and turn a blind eye. Despite having the power to stop such behavior, the original suit also alleged that UMG conferred financial benefits to Apple so that Siri would purposely misdirect users to Not Like Us when they asked it to play Drake's album, Certified Lover Boy, Certified Pedophile. This claim was sourced partly to a viral video posted to Hip Hop DX Jeremy Hedge, who was later clarified that Siri appeared capable of pulling up songs based on just lyrics if recognized. Thus, asking Siri to play Certified Lover Boy without specifying by Drake could conceivably trigger Not Like Us because of Lamar's Certified Lover Boy, Certified Pedophiles. Yes, even before Drake filed his defamation lawsuit, many legal experts in the industry figures were skeptical about his allegations and their viability in court. Speaking with Rolling Stone last year about the petition, Brian Zsuk, the founder of the streaming service AudioMac, even suggested Drake might regret asking Universal to provide documentation for artificial streaming. It's likely that lots of artists, Drake included, have benefited from streaming bots without their knowledge, he said. Zsuk also noted that many top artists have labels and distribution partners who have opted into above broad programs like Discovery Mode and have artificially manipulated streams, and the artists have no idea. and they don't ask questions because it looks good. Ultimately, Drake's suit faltered. A judge summarily dismissed the suit's defamation accusations, ruling that Not Like Us as a diss track qualified as a non-actionable opinion, and while the judge's decision largely centered on the validity of Drake's defamation claims or lack thereof, she also briefly addressed his streaming fraud allegations. She said Drake's evidence essentially amounts to tweets by individual users and reporting of fans, and called his reliance on online comments and reporting insufficient to meet plausibility standard. The proposed class action, filed Sunday, claims damages in excess of $5 million. It's asking that a federal judge certify the lawsuit as a class action, order Spotify to identify alleged victims, and oversee a jury trial seeking compensatory and punitive damages. RBX-born Eric Dwayne Collins helped author Dr. Dre's West Coast anthem.
What all the homies saying?
Let me ride.
Hell yeah.
And was featured on several tracks for Dr. Dre's seminal album, The Chronic. Yeah, it's not gonna work though. Like, I'm sorry, RBX. Please don't inbox me and trash talk me and everything like that. It's not gonna work. It's just not. So a couple of things to know, right? You're going to need some memos or a whistleblower. Somebody's going to have to break the ranks of Spotify. So they're probably going to lean on this, right? They're probably going to say, yo, they have prior knowledge. I have this, I have that. The prior knowledge is the turkey stuff, all the other things and stuff like that. And it's good, but the VPNs and all of this crap, bro, I could get a VPN that says I'm way out in the middle of Sudan. You get what I'm saying? Because of certain things that are allowed. Well, not even say Sudan. Let's just say I'm in England, right? So yeah, I could get a VPN that says I'm way out in bloody old England, and make sure me sit here and make sure that I play certain flicks on Netflix, because Netflix VPN for London has different music and different movies that I can't have here in the States. Neither here nor there. So I don't think it does anything. But it definitely is going to draw a whole lot of scrutiny. Why? Because of Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, they say it's salty. I say nah. But the question is, and this is the thing that the lawsuit said the most, that just stuck out to me, pardon me. How you know this? They said, what did you specifically have? Where's your smoking gun? Where's everything at? You don't have it. Now some of y'all, Ceddy Nash, nah, bro, you from the West Coast, you supposed to support all things West. Nah, bro, on this one, it's cool, it's good, it's definitely worth it. Why not? Why the hell not? But what are you going to prove ultimately? Where is the solid proof? It's the same shit that Drake had. The same reason why Drake lost his lawsuit in one of two ways. One was because Drake, you said you painted evidence, and you said in your damn song before he even said that, you made the Tupac voice and said, oh yeah, go ahead and say that he's a PDF. Yeah, you said that, Drake. And you had no proof of the freaking streams. You used somebody who jumped on academics platform, and then they later said, nah, actually, it wasn't really true. So all in all, bro, it's Drake's fault this lawsuit started, but it's not going to go anywhere. I'm not sorry. If it does, I'll come back and be completely surprised and go, RBX, do your thing, bro. But I just don't see it. I ain't going to hold you. It sounds good. It definitely sounds good, but not going to work. This is just a hood lawyer speaking. But hey, maybe it does. Who knows, bro? Because, these day and ages, bro, he's in California. He's not in New York. Who knows? They could probably wing over something. I don't know. Hell if I know. But click right here to see this $12 million lawsuit that Schmirk won? Or what happened exactly? I'll break it all down for you. Click right here, click right here, click right here. Or click right here for the playlist, because y'all like what we do over here on the Reloaded channel better. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Reloaded.